Thanks for watching my video on reviewing ratios. Here are 4 points that you should have learned from our ratios lesson the other day. The first thing, a ratio is a comparison between two different things using a number value. So when we write a ratio, we're going to make some sort of observation and use numbers to represent the comparison. The next thing we learned is that we can write ratios 3 different ways. We can write ratios as a fraction, we can write ratios using a colon, and we can write ratios using the word to. So 1 to 2, 1 to 2, and 1 to 2. We should always simplify ratios if we can. That's just like any practice that we've been doing this year. We should always try to simplify. And the last thing we learned is that when we make a comparison, we can compare a part to a part or a part to a whole. So let's take a look at an example. Here I have a few images of frogs and butterflies. And if I asked you, what's the ratio of butterflies to frogs? Well, as I make my observation, I count 1, 2, 3 butterflies. And I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frogs. So the ratio of butterflies to frogs is 3 to 6, which means for every 3 butterflies I see, there will be 6 frogs there as well. Since I've made this observation, could I simplify these numbers any way? And should we simplify? Well, we learned in class that yes, we should always simplify it if we can. So for every 3 butterflies, there are 6 frogs. That's exactly the same as saying for every 1 butterfly, there will be 2 frogs. Let me show you what I mean. If I have 1 butterfly, I can match it up with 2 frogs. And if I have 2 butterflies, well, I can match that up with 4 frogs. And if I have 3 butterflies, I can match that up with 6 frogs. So for every 3 butterflies, there will be 6, which is the same ratio as saying for every 2 butterflies, there will be 4. But in simplest form, for every 1 butterfly, there will be 2 frogs. Okay? If these are the, I guess, animals that I'm observing, I need to ask myself, is this a part-to-part comparison or a part-to-whole comparison? Where the whole represents everything that I'm observing. So, comparing butterflies to frogs, well, butterflies are part of the animals that I'm observing, and frogs are part of the animals that I'm observing. So this ratio of 1 to 2 would be a part-to-part. I'm going to abbreviate part-to-part comparison. Now, if I wanted to do a part-to-whole comparison, an example would be, what is the ratio of butterflies to all of the animals? Okay, so if I observe, I have 3 butterflies. That's part of the set of animals that I'm observing. And I want to know the ratio of butterflies to all the animals. So if I were to count all of them, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So since butterflies are part of the images of animals, I guess, then they are part of the whole. So for every 3 butterflies, there will be 9 animals. It makes more sense saying for every 9 animals that we observe, 3 of them will be butterflies. But of course, we should simplify it. So we can divide these both by 3. When I divide by 3, I get 1/3, okay? Or 1 to 3. All right. Let's take a look at another example. What is the ratio of pink flowers to all the flowers in the garden? This is a part to whole example because pink flowers represent part of the garden and all of the flowers in the garden represent the whole. So let's make an observation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pink flowers. And how many flowers do I have all together? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And of course we can simplify this to 1 to 2. And remember, we can write ratios 3 different ways. So 1 to 2 as a fraction, 1 to 2 using a colon, and 1 to 2 using the word 2. Part to whole example. So for every one flower in the garden, there will be 2 flowers total. Or it makes more sense, for every 2 flowers in my garden, one of them will be pink. Okay. Now, the last example says, what is the ratio of orange flowers to blue flowers? That's a part-to-part observation. So we have 3 orange flowers and we have 3 blue flowers. So 3 to 3 simplifies to a 1-to-1 ratio. So for every orange flower, there will be 1 blue flower. And that's all you really need to know about ratios. Thank you so much for watching.